Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Saul Marquez here, recording live from Health in Las Vegas. Today, I have the privilege of hosting Matthew Bradley. He is the Director of Marketing at Molecular You. Matthew, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Saul. Pleasure to be here.
Listen, it's so good to be with you on the podcast, and I'm excited to share more with our listeners about what Molecular You does. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the company?
Yeah, so I think there's an acceptance that we're living longer and everybody's focused on protecting that kind of health span. So in the diagnostic space, the tools that are available to people are inherently pretty reactive in nature. But to be a diagnostic, you have to be certain that somebody has already developed that disease in order to diagnose it. And those are the tools that people are really trying to use to achieve that healthy lifespan. You could call it prevention or longevity. We like to think of it as protecting health for as long as possible. So what we've developed is a different kind of testing. I call it a pre-diagnostic. We're looking at biomarkers in the blood that are more sensitive. They relate more to early detection of disease and give you a better snapshot really of what's going on in your biology today. And if you can better understand that, I think you're going to have a better shot at spotting disease early. And therefore, if you're spotting diseases early, getting in front of them, we think that that's the best way to actually achieve that healthier lifespan, help people live healthier for longer.
Yeah, that's really interesting, Matthew. Pre-diagnostic. I like that language.
Yeah.
And so if you're cool with it, let's dig into that a bit. So pre-diagnostic, because you do a diagnostic when something's wrong. Pre-diagnostic is because you're being proactive, and it's about prevention. But tell me more.
Yeah, we were trying to sort of think about where we fit in the landscape, and we kept coming back to the idea that we were looking at people or patients when they were in that pre-symptomatic phase. So, if you want to use these tools to try and identify things early before things have gone wrong, because if you're waiting till you have symptoms, inherently that means that a disease has already started to progress to the point where the signs, the symptoms. So we apply that to diagnostics, and I thought, well, this is really a pre-diagnostic. It's the same sort of mechanism. You're doing blood testing. You're looking for signals. You're looking for data points. So in that sense, it is similar to diagnostics, but we're really looking at things way earlier. So yeah, pre-symptomatic testing, pre-diagnostic, that's really the space that we think is the future. And when I think about the wider industry, people have made some great innovations in terms of making testing accessible. There's a lot of at-home things going on. There's much more access for a consumer to diagnostic testing, but I see very little innovation on the actual lab work, the actual biomarkers that we're looking at. So that's where we've come in. We want it to be more accessible for everyone to access, but really what Molecular U is about is that innovation on the blood work side of things, the lab testing. And what I mean by that is the biomarkers that we're looking at.
Help us understand more about the biomarkers and, what people can find out from taking one of these.
Totally. So we measure proteins in the blood, proteomics. This is a well sort of researched area to say that these kinds of proteins in the blood are very sensitive, and they can be the best predictors of a future health because they really accurately represent what's going on in your body today. A lot of people might think that we do genetic testing. That's not the case. Genetics can be helpful, but it's really a one and done thing. You obviously are born with your genetics. What actually impacts your likelihood of getting disease is 75% based on your lifestyle. So everything that's happened from when you were born until now. So by looking at proteins in the blood, we're really looking at how those genes are being expressed today, what's going on in your biology today. So we think that proteomics is the future of early detection.
It's all about proteomics. And, if you're looking to make an impact in your longevity, this is an interesting test. I want to ask you, I saw you guys have been getting some decent media lately. I saw an article in Forbes, and I think it was NPR or a radio show, right?
Yeah, that's right. I think it's an emerging category, I guess, proteomics, and we've started to see some real results in patients. So yeah, there's been some coverage on two fronts, one of which is on the patient side. So we've been able to detect several serious conditions, including stage 1 pancreatic cancer, with a patient who was using this as an annual screening tool. But then also on the sort of business side of things, really, we're looking at the industry. There's a lot of consumer health diagnostic companies that are kind of getting on the longevity bandwagon, I guess. That, it's nice dashboards, it's very accessible, it's very easy to do as a consumer, but really the fundamentals that you're looking at is the same diagnostic markers that your doctor's had access to for decades. So I think this is going to be the future. This is like a next generation technology shift.
Well, it's exciting. And by the way, I still want to take one of these tests, Matthew.
Yeah.
I'm close, right? I mean, I'm in San Diego. You guys have a lab in Irvine? Or?
That's right. Yeah. So, yeah, we're available across the US. We have a lab in Irvine and then also up in Canada. But yeah,
Canada.
Totally.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get you sort of that.
Listen, and maybe what we do is I take this test and we get back on and talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm open to it.
That's exactly what we did with NPR as well. Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, we'd love to talk about your results. I mean, hopefully you're in great shape, but there's always something I think that you could learn from, I think. Most people have some sort of thing that runs in the family or something that they might be a little more anxious about. So this is a great either confirmation that you're doing great or it could be a little sign of certain changes that you can make in your lifestyle to really, like I said, protect your health over the long term.
I welcome the data.
Yeah.
And folks,
what's the alternative?
Not knowing a black box.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're reactive. So let's end sick care. I think molecular use the way. Hey, I'm going to welcome you guys to this journey. So stay tuned because after I do take the test, Matthew and I will jump back on to talk about it. Matthew, I guess just last question here. Who are you working with mainly? Who are your customers?
Yeah, so we work with healthcare providers primarily who are interested in taking longevity seriously. So this is functional medicine doctors, concierge medicine, anyone who's really got the time to look at root cause. So anyone who's interested in a more proactive approach to healthcare, they're really going to benefit from using Molecular U, and that's what we've seen. We're also available directly to individuals who want to check this out. So we have a service where phlebotomists would come to your home and do the blood draws.
Oh, that's great.
Super convenient.
So you don't have to go to a lab?
That's right. There's no waiting in line. There's no giving dozens of tubes of blood.
Thank God.
You get a lot of insight. We measure over 250 data points. It's all based on 2 tubes of blood. So it takes 5 minutes to get this blood.
In your house.
In your house. Yeah, that's right.
Love it. I'm in. Well, listen, Matthew, this is fantastic. Really appreciate you sharing more about the company, the work that you guys are doing in longevity and prevention. This pre-diagnostic proteomic solution is something that we should all be open to. Matthew, if people want to learn more, where can they reach out?
Check us out online, molecularU.com. Yeah, or follow us on LinkedIn. We'll be sure to keep you updated.
Outstanding. There you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in to another episode here straight from Health in Las Vegas. Signing off here, but hey, before I do, make sure you check out the show notes where we'll leave all the ways to get in touch with Matthew and Molecular U. They've got an outstanding team over there. Go learn some more. Take your longevity, your prevention, your life to the next level. Matthew, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Tom.